All right, welcome everybody out for Friday's business training with Jaden Ben Bolden. And we've got some guests here tonight. And we just want to start off with Caleb. Caleb's here. He's an IT professional. He's developed a system to help you deliver emails and texts to people that your team, people that you come in contact with. And so we're going to turn over a few minutes in the beginning here for him to show us what he's got, and he's looking for people to help test the software and everything.
Yeah. And after Caleb, we have Carly. Is it, I don't know how to say it properly, Katsanos, is it?
Katsanos, yes.
Awesome. Okay, and a very special speaker, but we'll get to her after this. So.
Yep, she's going to share with us some amazing things she's doing in Australia. And I hope everybody's excited for convention coming up next week. We're pretty excited.
We'll post stuff as soon as
we will make videos and post them.
I can't wait.
I don't know if you guys remember last year, we made some videos and showed you all the products, and a few of you mentioned that, wow, it feels like we're there. So
next year we'll be there. Next year.
That's right. So, and then we're going to go and we're going to talk about tracking your success, drawing out your team. We've got some tools to share with you tonight. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'll turn the time over to Caleb. Caleb, the time is yours.
All right. Hey, thanks, Ben. Yeah, thank you guys so much for just letting me share. I had reached out to Ben, just let him know that we were starting to get into doTERRA with our technology, and just seeing if there's anyone interested in maybe trying the service out. Now, just to clarify too, Ben, I think you mentioned text messaging. We're focusing more on email marketing right now. You can share the newsletters via text, but it's not right now based in text messaging, just to make that clear.
It's a
what's that?
Something in the future.
Yes, it actually is. It's in our game plan. But right now so just to give a little background, what we found is my business associate, actually my brother-in-law and I, we had some friends that were involved with direct sales, but really found the marketing part challenging, and always having to come up with content and get that delivered and make it look nice on all the different devices and going out consistently, and keeping that going. So we decided to help out in that area, and that just kind of kept growing. And we started first with helping out with some Jamberry folks, and now we've expanded and working with LuLaRoe and doTERRA, as well as a few others. And so what our product really focuses on is trying to help create that consistency, because a lot of times you might want to start doing something, but it's hard to keep it going. And a lot of our users appreciate the fact that we are actually providing content. So I don't know how much content. I know that from what we've seen a lot especially in wellness, is there's always a need for having good content and always things going out. So we really like to help people by providing that content already within our newsletters, but then also give people the opportunity to be able to edit that and make changes, throw in some of their own things. But if they don't, they always know something is going out. Now, in addition to that, so newsletters being like the first kind of entry point where we felt this is something that can really help people just keep that drip going out to people, is our follow-up system. So we added that as well, where people can create sequences that are specific to whether it be a product or specific situation, or a lead series or a starter type kit thing, whatever that might be that you want to have a series of emails go out. You can also have that created as well and have that sent out. Now I'll try and show you my screen. I'll be happy to show you guys if you guys want to see an example of one of the newsletters.
Yeah.
Do you see how to share it from your end?
What's that?
Can you see how to share the screen from your end?
Yeah, I think it says share screen. So here we go. Boom. Let's see if it works.
Lovely. Okay, yep.
Okay, so I'm just taking you guys over to our website. It's called FISBE.com. And here I'm just going to display, oh, looks like something isn't. Let me refresh this page here. There we go. So what we like to do is try and have like an engaging kind of article. So we have original content for all the newsletters, and we produce 2 a month for all of our users. And this one happened to be related to back to school. And then it clicks to a full article that actually then also is, it has your information in it. So if you would click that and you were a user, the contact information for that full article would still be set to the user. And now these are all editable too. So if you ended up or create your own, you can just swap out images here and put your own text and then change a link if you wanted to add some of your own. This, of course, we created for August, and today's September 1st, so these are going to be over. But we put in the promotions for August. This was actually after, I think, a conversation maybe, Ben, you and I had. I think you had maybe mentioned that to me. And so we went ahead and, because we were like, oh, okay, well, we'll start including that. So we went ahead and put that in here as well as a link to all the promotions. And we are able to, as as we grow here, if you have people that are in different areas, countries, like I know there's like US and
Australia,
right? So we can actually have different versions for your newsletter, and it will already will provide the this content block to be appropriate for that area. So if you had subscribers that were in for your newsletter in Australia, that would be updated. Here's a recipe, and
Cool.
what's that?
No, this is cool. I like it.
Oh, okay, great.
For you guys, you just tell him what to produce for you.
Yeah, so like this and this, here's we did one on lavender, and our kind of thought was we wanted to make it as universal as possible so anyone could use it, partly, but still make it personal. So we've tried to try to come up with a formula for that. But the thing is the fact that you can edit all of it really allows you then to say, I want to go in here and change some verbiage in here, or I could even put in my classes or events or something. You can create a content block and have that inserted right in the newsletter and choose at any time.
So you can put your own pictures in, you say?
Yes, you can. Mm-hmm.
Is it a little bit like Weebly, like where you have your email set up and you can go in and like add things? Do you know Weebly? It's like creating your own website. I understand this is an email, but is it the same concept where we can go in ourselves and edit it?
You can go in and edit it. I'm not familiar with Weebly in that I haven't used it, but you can edit this. To try and summarize it is we give you a full painting, and then you can go in and change it if you want.
Okay.
So the canvas, we already add all the color and some big strokes, and if you want to go in and make little tweaks and put some of your own pictures in there, you can do that. But what we wanted to try and help people with is the consistency part, in that at least you're going to start with something, and if you like it, it's just going to go out. And if you want to change it, you can, but to know that it's going out and it's going to represent you well, and you're going to build that. I think Ben, maybe you had touched on, I went and watched one of your previous training things, talked about just the importance of that consistency and showing up. So it's just kind of importance of showing up in the inbox, and they can trust that that's going to be there. And that's kind of what we wanted to kind of help with.
Yeah, because now, when you're advertising, sometimes it takes about 6 months for people to be familiar with you and the brand. So you have to have something consistent that you're feeding people, and you're sending information out. So you guys have your own brand. If you know what you want and how you want it, you might. So, Caleb, are you saying you're going to give them different options? Because I know the Sinjuit and other people, they give you an email and say, here's what's coming up, and then people can agree to send it or not, right?
Right. I just noticed something. I'm so sorry that last one I refreshed it here. It went to a Young Living, also supporting them, and so I apologize for that. It's no way I'm not choosing one over the other here. We're good.
We love
okay. I don't know any of the dynamics between you guys' companies, so I'm just
Usual. It's okay. All good.
all right.
Thank you for taking your time and sharing this with us. Where can our team members go to find more information?
Yeah, so really, if you just go to this website here, FISBE.com, and if you sign up there, you'll automatically be a part of the free trial, and you can use everything in that free trial. That's 14 days. And really, if you need more time to just test it out, I'd be happy to extend that for you too. Just you can reach out to me right through the contact email. I'll get that here, contact@fisbe.com, and look forward to just getting your feedback, content ideas, and just your experience as far as it helping in your businesses, or what you'd like to see, where you'd like it to see it go, if you feel that it's a service that could meet some need that you have.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That sounds great.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and
So,
actually, before we go into
we need to
that,
talk to Carly.
and if anybody has any questions for Caleb, you can go on to fisbe.com and ask him. I do have the details there on our Facebook group for sure.
Yes.
So I'll let Jade introduce Carly.
Yes. So I guess.
Thank you, Caleb.
Thank you, Caleb. I guess for some of you who are super busy and you don't have your website set up, you don't have your email set up, this might be a service that you want to use for now until you figure out where you want to go, what you want to do. So that's something that sounds pretty good.
There are other services out there. We haven't tried a lot of them out, but we encourage you guys to
just
go out, look around, share us with what you
Caleb,
find out.
there's another option here, so so that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Carly, she's the owner of Blown Away Salon, right? And you use organic and low toxin products. And very passionate about helping women and helping women find their life purpose, really. Okay, so she was in a really tough place, and when she discovered the essential oils, she just flew. And every time I talk to her, she's so dynamic and she has this passion, and everybody likes her. So anywhere she goes, she's got so much success. In fact, I think she was just it kind of blew her away a little bit, and I think you were like, oh, we're happening too fast. So anyways, we just want to share with you her spirit and have you share your story with us, so then the other wellness advocate listening to this call can see that they could follow some of your examples and be successful too. So I won't share too much and let you do it. So everybody, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me on this morning or this afternoon or this evening, whatever time it is over there. So where do I start? Theodora actually introduced me to the oils, and I did start using them for personal reasons, and then I just saw how many benefits they had and thought, I'm going to introduce these into the salon because they're so simple yet so effective. And I guess from there, just learning about the oils as I was purchasing them, I started realizing how it actually helped me in my personal life. I started getting more of an understanding of it, how the oils help. So for many of you, you wouldn't know, but I had polycystic ovarian syndrome. So I healed myself from that, and the oils was definitely part of the process. And that's what I like. That's what I like about doTERRA is the holistic approach. It's not just the oils. I see the oils as a platform to build on that. I like how we talk about nutrition and lifestyle and exercise and supplements and all that. I think that's really important in supporting one's health. So as I researched into the oils from having them in the salon, and meeting, like networking and meeting women and just learning so much stuff, I sort of realized how powerful, I always knew that food was powerful, but then the oils were just like, the only way I can describe it is the oils are like food on steroids. They're just like, they're potent. So when I got the news of my polycystic clearing, I decided to go to the professor his name is Professor Chapman, and he's one of the IVF founders of Australia. So for women, if you don't know IVF, that's where women go to have babies, I suppose. And I went to him and just said, like, I'm not really sure exactly what I've done here, but this is everything that I did do, and this is how I've been doing it, and it's working for me. So I really think this can help support women during the IVF process. And he liked it. He liked the idea, and now he wants to help us implement the idea through IVF Australia. And what he does like about it is that a lot of it involves mindset, because you can lose weight, you can do all the things that you want to do, but it's keeping the results, and that involves changing the mind and how we perceive things and see things. And that's one of the reasons why I love oils. And then from there, it's just gone.
So how
crazy.
many centres do they have in New South Wales alone?
They have about 8 or 9 clinics in Sydney.
8 or 9 clinics.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's why we're going to start there. But once it gets going,
yeah. Look,
wide.
I think yeah. Yeah. So I might be needing that emailing service.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then the way I see it is, if you have something to share, get out there and share it. So I go to my favorite cafe in Cronulla where I live, and they're vegan, and I just started noticing that everyone in there, they're like, whoever's vegan for starters, they either care about their health or animals, or they're doing it for a purpose or a reason. So I actually spoke to the chef with Theodora and asked him if he had ever used oils. Turns out he's a garnish chef from Peru, and he said that he used to use oils in South America, but he hadn't found any in Australia that he could cook with. So I said, well, we've got some for you. So we've got our first cooking class on.
Tell us the details. What is that?
So first cooking class with Jose from Peru on Tuesday night, and we're having like a wellness event cooking class. So I'll be talking oils. He'll be cooking with the oils. All his food is like refined, sugar-free, paleo, vegan, all that sort of thing. He does. Pardon?
How much is it?
It's $60 a ticket, and there's also a guest nutritionist speaker. So when we're in the kitchen, there's like 15 to a class, and when we're all in the kitchen while he's cooking, he actually said to me that he hasn't done a cooking class in Sydney before because he's not very confident with the accent because he's from South America. I said, fantastic, cook and we'll talk for you. And just over our meetings to get the class ready, he's become more confident in himself already. So now he wants to speak more, and turns out he's cooked in Mexico and India, and he's just had so many cool experiences. So we've got the guest nutritionist. There's like 5 tickets left, and today I had someone ring inquiring about 2 more. So we've actually got a waiting list for the next class, which we have set another date for because people can't make it to this
She gets
one.
paid for this.
But yeah. So, and I love it. Like, I love it. It's so cool because I love the food. So I'm just like, oh. So from there, it
Come on.
yeah. Well, from there, it turns out that the owner of the cafe has a retreat called Govinda Valley, and he's sending one of his managers to the cooking class because he wants to know what's going on, because he wants to incorporate it into the retreat. And they also have a yoga studio attached to the cafe because they have like a whole holistic approach to health as well. So I've heard that she wants to involve the oils somehow into her yoga studio and do some type of classes there. So it's like I walk past, like I walk through a shopping mall and my mind is just like doTERRA, 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 doTERRA. It needs to stop. Like, stop.
Okay, can you share one of your first experiences? A very successful class she had. She charged people $35 a ticket. Okay, you want to share that story?
So I charge $35 a ticket. The way I see it is, well, we're investing our time and energy for starters.
What's the class called, and how did you decide on that?
The class is called Zoe. It's actually my middle name, and it means life in Greek. So
Beautiful.
I don't know how it came to me. It just did.
That's amazing.
You can make it mean whatever you want.
Her name is Zoe too.
Pardon, your daughter's name?
Yeah, her middle name is Zoe.
Well, my first name, Kelly, in Greek means good. So Kelly Zoe, I just go good life. Yep. So yeah,
I had an oil class, a health class, and then you called it Zoe for people to come, and then you sold tickets for $35 to come.
Yeah, so they pay $35. So they would have paid this before the night. There's a couple of exemptions, like a few regular clients. If they turn up, I'll say, yes, you can pay on the night. But it's pretty much so that they secure their spot. I do cater it. So it is at 7:00 at night, and that's dinner time. So I do there's a Thai shop next door. So I get them to make like vegetarian rice paper rolls. I take some, I make a fresh brick.
Wow.
That's the thing. I make a couple of things with the oils as well. So in the classes, I like them all to experience the oils in all the ways possible, through food, through touch, through smell, through learning, as much as we can. So I make protein balls with like peppermint or wild orange, and I make a raw beetroot salad with lemon, and they love it. So I try to show them, because I understand that not everyone is business minded. Some people might just want to do it because they love cooking. So I try to showcase all the ways of using oils in a class. And sometimes we get guest speakers as well, like a nutritionist or a yoga teacher or someone to come along and use the oils as well.
Theodora come as a guest speaker?
Theodora comes every class, and she supports me and speaks and does her magic as well. And some people are really open to that as well. So awesome. It's really cool.
So when they join, do you reimburse that 35 or what is? No,
we used to, and then I decided not to. I thought, no, $35 is our time to.
Our time.
Yeah. So we don't reimburse them, but they do eat, and like, if they join, we give them like a wild orange or something like that. So yeah. And sometimes I email them the recipes to the food that I make, and I send them links and that. So yeah, and whenever they come into the salon, they pay for treatments in their hair. So if we do like a treatment in their hair with the oils, they'll pay for that. But they'll get like tea with, I use the peppermint or the oils. So they pretty much, I've created a space for them with the teas and all the oils and that, and they can pretty much experiment and put it on their hands while they're sitting there. So they get to experience it in the salon as well.
That's amazing. And then we've had people walk into your salon and
I've been selling some things on like Facebook Marketplace, just random home stuff, and one lady walked in to pick up like a platter that she bought off me, and then she's like, "Oh, can I grab like a Frankie as well?" I'm like, "Sure."
$6.
Yeah. So people, it's pretty exciting. So now, like, there's a couple of my clients are naturopaths. So, and they use herbs. So they're not into the oils yet. I'm working on it. And they'll send me their clients that are after oils. So the naturopaths will send people to me too. So that's pretty exciting. So
Oh, wow. So heaps of things going on there. That's fantastic. And
Yeah.
Carly, she signed up another salon, right?
Yes, I have.
So she's friends with other salons and she's telling them all the things that she's doing to make her business awesome. And yeah.
I'll be honest. I've been in business for 11 years, and the doTERRA treatment, which is basically you can use a doTERRA conditioner or one of my other low tox conditioners mixed with Theodora helped me combine, like we've got a concoction of like tea tree and lavender, and we literally put it on the scalp with a hot towel for a few minutes. We massage it through and we charge like $15, and it is the most popular treatment that the salon's had in 11 years. People love it. People will ring up and say,
treatment, it's amazing.
Yeah. People will say, whatever you put in my hair last time, just do it again. They don't even want it. Just do it again. So I'm like, yeah. So it's pretty cool.
Everybody listening to this, get ideas and contact Carly. Yeah.
Contact me. So yeah, no, their oils, like they're so, I've got to watch when I sit with someone. I go from like there to like there with what they can do, and then you can just see them going, oh my gosh, what is she talking about? I got to learn to keep it like simple. Like,
and then you can.
yeah, and then show them. But yeah, no, it's very cool.
Wow.
And like I cook with the oils all the time. Like I do not buy lemons anymore, oregano. Like I live on my own, and I used to buy like a bunch of oregano, use 2 springs, and then like throw it out. And now the bottles, like my pantry is like oregano, thyme, and I cook with it and I love them. So
that sounds so good. So you would benefit from a website with lots of these recipes, so we can take some of that idea.
yes.
Yes.
Cilantro lime rice.
Yes. Yeah. So Ben cook that.
Yeah. Oh, they're awesome. They're awesome.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I like when I first met Jose, he actually invited me into his kitchen to show him how to make a raw treat. So that was like so exciting. I was like, oh. I took my wild orange and I went in there, and it turned out like orange is his favorite flavor. I'm like, of course it is. So
that's amazing.
Something so simple, so simple.
Mm-hmm. So simple for you. Yeah.
It is so simple. It's so simple.
People are like, oh, I don't know how to start.
And having lots of fun, I can tell.
Yeah. Well done. We'll look forward to hearing more about what you come up with. And
thank you.
This is great. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Carly took the day off work today just to join us, guys. Yeah. So that's very special.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
we have a lot of, like 75 people that have subscribed to the podcast. So a lot of people will be able to hear.
Hello.
I know it goes far. So we have people texting us. I
cried last time.
I cried in your class last time.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. That's exciting. So Caleb, you got some ideas now of what content to post?
There's a lot of great things that we can. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, guys, because this is our business training, so we'll give you a little bit of business before we end today, if that's okay with everyone. And go ahead and ask questions too, okay? Go for it.
Yeah, and Caleb, you're gonna like this too. Right. So a lot of people, when they are building their team, strategy, because it's network marketing, right? And so there are 2 key components of building your network within the system, whether you have your enroller or sponsor, basically how you're connecting people together in the system. And that goes to, determine how you build your business and eventually what rank you're able to achieve. So it takes planning and it doesn't just fall together on itself. You can have like a lot of people join your organization, but you won't really reach the rank unless you plan on it. And part of what you're paid for is to organize.
Yes. Yeah.
So
that's what Theodora experienced last month, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, she had lots of Pardon, what was that?
I've got that down packed now,
Yeah,
I think.
got it down now. So in the past, you had lots of volume, lots of enrollments, but we just had to figure out how to strategize, and we did it.
And this is an important skill. So what I'm going to show to you is from these little booklets. Can everybody see that on their screen?
Yeah.
For those of you who are listening, we are looking at a booklet called Launch Guide. You can get this on sharesuccess.com. There's a launch, the build, all these other guides. So we're looking at page 18. Okay, can you guys see that? This is just a diagram of you and people on your team. The one we're looking at is the power of 3. So this is, if you don't know where to start, you've just joined doTERRA, if your team's very small, and you don't know where to place people, and this is kind of a decision that you have to make before you go hold your class. People are going to fill out that enrollment form, you're going to put it into the computer, and you have to link them up in your team by putting down who's the enroller and who's the sponsor. If you're putting it into the computer, you're the enroller. The sponsor, however, you have to do a little bit of thought. And there's considerations things you can consider, like who does this person know, who's it going to work well with, who's going to be able to support this person if this person has questions. If you're lost, you just don't know where to put them, build to the power of 3. So that means you have 3 people under you that are ordering, and under each of those people you have 3 people under them. Okay, so this helps you. If your team's small like this, you can just go in there and write who your people are. So here's 3 people here, 3 people here, 3 people here. Just want to say something. You can only put people under people who are wellness advocates. If it's a wholesale customer, they'll need to upgrade their account before being able to put people under them. So that is probably the most simplest way of planning your team and strategizing. So I'm just going to scroll down here to another planning page. This is actually, it's called Success Check-In. So it's what they use this for is like when they're doing their mentoring, you get together and you talk about what successes you had, just like we've heard today. Those are the kind of stories that fuel people on, and we hope to have a lot of these stories. And then what's working in your business, what's not working, evaluate some things together, where you're spending your time, what your goals are, and your planning. Okay.
So can we scroll up a little bit there, honey?
Right here?
Yeah. So when I mentor, these things go in my head, but sometimes they don't know that it's happening in my head. So I love this because, I'm sorry, but Ben has to live with me, and sometimes half the conversation...
We have entire conversations in her head.
I don't know why guys can't read minds. I mean, this is... No. So...
And then later on, I figure out all these bad things that I said.
No, you didn't. So when I mentor people, I go through this in my head. And I love how they have it written down. So if I talk to people and I say, okay, if they're teaching a class, I think, how did you prepare? So you want to just review, and then we can see where we can improve, you see? How did you invite? So one of my friends, she just put flyers in mailboxes or whatever. And then we thought we had to rethink that because we didn't get any people takers from that. Or another friend, she just handed it around people at church, and nobody took that either. And I had to teach her how to ask questions, narrow it. So then we talk about invite. And then how did you present? And we had to kind of do that better. It just depends. Sometimes people do a great job preparing, great job inviting. They don't present very well. And so we work on that. So here is prepare, invite, present, enroll, and support. So these are the tasks that you do in this business anyways. So say that we have a ton of great enrollments. These people enroll so well, but then these people are not on LRPs. And so we need to consider how are we supporting them? What else can we do? So with Ben and I, we have our new member newsletters. We have our emails that we send out, the newsletter emails for the first 60 days. That's automated. So all of that is a form of support. Okay, maximize membership discussion, that's a form of support. So anyways, this is just to give you a guide of how can I help this person. Okay, So sorry, Ben. Go for it.
That's good. That's good. That's perfect. And then your goals yourself. So Caleb was just telling us about an email system that you can use to maybe help. And maybe Caleb, you can take some ideas. Supporting. So what Jade and I have is like an email every day for the first 60 days that someone's joined. Every other day. Uh-huh. They receive a new email that says, oh, well, this is what Lemon does, or this is how you make an order, or this is the benefits of doing a loyalty rewards order, or all these things. So and it's based on the concept that, people don't have a huge attention span, that
short emails.
It's hard to sit down there, for an hour. But if they have a short email, just a couple paragraphs, and maybe a 2 to 3 minute video, that's perfect for building their knowledge over a long period, over an extended period of time. So we get down to here, and this is where you're planning, and this is one of the planning tools. So you have you in the top box here, and then you write down your builders, right? These are the people who you've signed up. Not only have you signed up, but they're happy to, come to classes, bring other people to classes. They want to do what you're doing.
Do 100 people.
Yep. So you write them in these boxes, and you write down in the boxes under them who you're working with there. So that is.
So today in our mentoring, we talked about that, girls, right? So if we can just draw it out, and it's already drawn for you, just print it out and then just fill it in. And then underneath there's the names of the people. And so you want to build this leader that's on top, but in order to build that leader, you can build the people underneath them as well. Okay, and or the leader on top, she's got classes, but these people down here have classes, and that's what we write down, because then we focus our attention and our activity.
All right, I wanna show you something, and I'm just gonna do some scrolling. I hope you don't get dizzy. I've got to find this. There is a planner. Here it is. It's called the Elite Planner. Now these people make a planner for every rank, right? So this is the Elite rank. That's the first rank that we care about. It's a 3,000 PV. There are other ranks before this.
And then they remember that they're focused on 3,000.
This is what you're building toward, okay? This one has just a volume requirement. The other ones are before this are also volume requirements. This is what I like about this. So you set your goals, right? I'm going to be elite on this day, and you put it in present tense so it feels like you're doing it. Here's your target, minimum target, and outrageous. Here you go. Volume needed, 3,000 points, right?
Okay.
And so what does that mean? It means if you have an average of 200 PV for each new enrollment, that's 15 enrollments, right? So how many classes do you have to do? Well, if you have an average of, 3 people join per class, that's like 5 classes, right? So you figure it out, you do the math, and you say, okay, so I'll plan these classes. So here's class 1, 2, 3, and 4.
That's
right?
what we said this afternoon, huh?
The date, time. Yeah. So you're planning for success, right? And not only classes, but you also have one-on-ones. Those random people that you run into that come into the shop, that you meet on the bus or whatever. Someone that a relationship that you renewed with someone through social media. Someone who's met online. Jake's got an appointment tomorrow to meet someone, just chance meeting online. So write their name, the date, time, and that's how you do it. That's how it's done. Just teaching classes.
It's quite organized, so your brain doesn't hurt. I like how it's all fill in the boxes, and then you just follow it.
So it's just a PDF you can print out. You can just print out the page that you need.
Sorry to interrupt. This is not on Jade's website, is it? This is on Share Success.
That's correct.
It's on sharesuccess.com. So
but we have a link on my website.
There is a link on Jade's website. So if you go to downloads, links to the.
Oh, it's all there. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'll show you that in a minute, but before I switch over there, or you can,
these guys, Carly's gonna need to print that one out. Chriselle, print it out, and I think who was it? The other Olivia.
Olivera.
Yeah. That's our goal.
Yeah, you know what? Jade's been doing this ever since she first started doing the business, and it hasn't always taken this form. Sometimes it's
just write it out, scribble it out
in a spreadsheet or scribbled on a paper.
But it's in my head,
or let me share this with you guys.
If you don't see it.
pull it off the
It's
wall.
just done so well, isn't it?
Pretty.
This is our plan of getting to Blue Diamond.
That's my pretty drawing.
So that's on our wall, and I'm
Almost
staring
there.
at that. So there's always a plan, right?
Exactly.
This is a way to do that. So,
Yeah.
like I said, it has it for every rank. So here's silver.
We should get gold because
Yeah, that's
that's
right.
the next one for
I should have got
Dora.
gold. Let's see. Gold starts with a G. I don't know where it is. Anyways, sorry. Here's silver though. So here's your goal. This is your I'll get there within such and such a rank.
Okay. There we go.
No, that's not it. So you write your builder. This is the person I want to help reach this rank, right? The second builder and the third builder. These are the classes you have scheduled, the one-on-ones. That's how things happen by teaching people and
Tracking.
Yeah, you're tracking how much teaching you're doing. The volume that you have, the volume that you need, minus the volume that already. So near the end of the month, you might have 2,500
I like it because you focus on activity. You don't sit around and just get distracted by your fears and your worries. Just do it, do the work. Because you watch all these successful people, you think, yeah, she can do it, I can do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So on the 5th of the month, you map out your rank and your power of 3. And the 14th of the month, check that rank. And the 27th of the month, check it again.
Awesome.
So you probably want to be in your back office every day looking at how things are. We do have a spreadsheet also on jadebaldwin.com where I've nerdified it. So you put in the numbers and the calculations and everything. Every week you go in there at the end of the week or at the beginning of the week, you put in, okay, so this is the volume for right now. I can check our volume today. It's already a few thousand. You just put in those numbers and then it percolates and it says, well, on this leg, you need this much. So.
But if you need that, otherwise just draw it out. I like to print it out and scribble. It makes it so easy.
Let me just I'll go onto Jade's website. So Share Success, they have lots of tools and stuff like this. Go to downloads here. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. So it's the first thing at the top there. Share Success.
Okay,
They have materials in Australian, so if you speak Australian, you can go there.
Just don't print yourself.
Sorry. I lived there for 8 years and I still can't hold an Australian accent. So there's all the materials there. You can go from there or just go to sharesuccess.com. And there's we've got some other materials that Jade and I have put together and used. Try to do things ourselves.
Supplement. It's just because you have your own way of doing things.
Exactly. You'll develop your own flavor for doing
but these
things.
are tools for you to, support, enroll.
Yep. And these are developed by people who, all these guys are double presidential diamond or whatever.
They got together and they put it all together and they paid for it all and we get to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Great.
So they get an idea of what works, what doesn't work. And going through this stuff, it's pretty fantastic stuff. All right, let me see if I can find
So this is Share Success. So in Australia, they have Share Success trainings all the time. So if you can do them, it'll be fantastic. And you'll get to talk to other people that are successful and they're very open to sharing. So it's just great to have that network.
So here's a little bit of planner. You got builder 1, 2.
Scary? No.
This is gold. This is you. 3 premier builders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll show you now where to get that. I'll go back to the browser. Was that switched over? Okay. So actually, I can just go there from. There we go. Just click on that link there on Jade's website. So they've even got a book that has a lot more details into it. So the guides here, just download one of. There's the guides. There's the rank maps.
That's where you go to gold.
There you go, gold rank map.
Awesome.
Click on download, and we'll just open that
I
right
think
now.
that's what I'm going to be doing this weekend.
Yeah. Send this link to this person. She needs to be that link to the next person.
There you go.
Needs to be premiered.
This is updated from what I was showing you before. And there's a little
Good job.
thing. Can everybody just
your
turn to
head
the
to-
side, please?
I'm gonna turn the computer.
There you go. You just write down, and you know what? This is where you can do some thinking, strategizing. Like, I see your head's turned. You can say like, okay, you know what? I need to contact this person, and we'll have plan a few classes with them. You know what?
Yeah.
And maybe this builder is already maxed out. She can only take so many hours a week. You can do what's called tap rooting. So you go under that builder and you look for people who are interested, maybe make some new friends within your current organization. We've met lots of new people that we never knew before, but they showed up on our team and they're like, because other people have enrolled them, and we're like, hey, we noticed you're ordering and we just want to touch base with you and see if you have any questions, if anything I can do to help. And you know what? Some of those people start to build, and we
So you want to grow fast, and sometimes people need to catch up to you. So sometimes you have a builder that's like a little bit shy, or she's taking her sweet time, and that's why Ben's saying make friends with those friends, because that girl might be able to host a class, another girl might host a class, but the builder can only host one class. But at the end of the day, you've got 3 classes already under that leg. Right, and so that's other possibilities, and that's why this business is so fun, because you're not stuck with just the one person, and you can grow as fast as you are willing to work. So
I think that's everything I wanted to cover for today.
yay, and we're good with time.
Yeah,
that's great.
So hopefully that has, for those of you who were listening, I hope we explained everything. We had a bunch of visuals we were showing. Basically, they're maps, are ways of tracking and planning, and giving an idea. So when you sign someone new up, you have an idea where they're going to go, because you say, oh, well, here's where I need the volume, right? So,
you guys have monthly business meetings, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sharing that and then help each other.
Yeah, coming up. So we've got our next one on the 10th of September. It's a Sunday morning meeting. So I think, honestly, it's going to be amazing to have these rank planners, because the girls can go away, fill them all in. I'll email them the links, and then, and they can bring them along on the 10th, and we can look at them.
Yay.
and have Kylie bring some of that great food.
Of course. Kylie,
Those
There's always food at our meetings.
yeah, I know.
Maybe too much.
You guys are amazing. Awesome.
Well done. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys in March. So let me know.
I know.
The
It'll be incredible.
convention is in March in Australia, right?
We'll have our own wellness center by then, like hands down.
With food.
With food.
We'll be a diamond team by then. We'll be a diamond team
That's
by
right.
then.
Yeah.
I just want to remind everybody that there's not going to be our weekly call next week, because we are going to be partying, but we'll share the love with you. We'll post.
Don't forget to post some videos from convention.
We'll make videos. It's in our DNA now. We can't, go down to the beach without making the videos. It's all recorded. It's all online. So, again, I'd like to thank Caleb for joining us tonight, and Kylie for sharing with us some of your fantastic success, and keep it up. It's amazing. Thank you, everybody, for being here, and thank you for
Theodora, Michelle.
Yeah, thank you for all of our listeners as well. We know there's a lot of people who are listening and watching. We got a lot of YouTube followers as well. So thank you for being here, and we'll see you next week. I'm going to stop the recording.
Thank you.
Thanks,
See you later.
guys.